So here's the interesting thing about Silent Hill. Mitch says he's a big fanboy. I love horror. I watch a shit ton of horror movies. I'm kind of something about horror video games does kind of, as you could probably tell by that last game I was playing. Something about horror games does scares something inside me. I think that's what's great about video games. It's putting you in that shit. Do you know what I mean? And it's even though it's still you're just looking at a work of fiction, for some reason the being in it and interacting with it. I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to games. Absolutely, that's why like something like Resident Evil 8, which is scary, but it's still a big dumb fucking pump action shotgun video game. I'm quite scared, when it comes to scary video games. And to my great shame, I have never played a Silent Hill video game. Great shame. Great shame. I wasn't into horror games at all as a kid. So that the original one kind of went past me, as did the PS2 one. And then by the time I started getting into horror movies as an adult, and then subsequently games, it's kind of like, oh well, Silent Hill fell off at that stage, and people were it was like I think people made fun of it. You know what I mean? So I wasn't. The moment had passed. You know what I mean? So, and obviously the remasters were a disaster. So there was like no point. No one would tell you, oh, you gotta play the fucking Silent Hill remaster. That was a whole saga. Yeah. So that all passed me by. But I've really wanted to play a Silent Hill or work my way through the series, and if I had gotten my stream set up kind of ready to go, I did plan to kind of maybe do a Silent Hill thing in time for October, but I didn't want to kick into a full scary playthrough just as I came back. So my kind of plan was like, hey, if I can get up and running in September and do some test streams and blah, 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 and then maybe for October I can do Silent Hill. But I'll do Silent Hill at some stage. I probably won't wait until next October, because now that's going to be a fucking year away. But I think maybe some stage early next year I might do a Silent Hill run through, because I'm really curious about those games. I've heard great things, the first two specifically. Yeah, it resonates more than the movie because it's not passive. Exactly, yeah. Like you're making decisions. It's great. It's boiling down what's great about games. You know what I mean? So I think horror really taps into that stuff. But yeah, so that brings us to this stream this evening. I think the Konami thing should be technically live. It is. Okay. It's just a bunch of smoke on the screen at the moment. I'll switch over as we get closer to 10 p.m. 10 p.m. my time. So I suppose the big question now becomes, like, what is this reveal going to be? Because obviously Konami have had a very questionable few years. We don't need to go back over it, but obviously Silent Hill fell off a lot. Pro Evolution Soccer, now eFootball, fell off a lot. And of course, Metal Gear Solid, you could spend 6, 7, 8 hours talking about all the controversy and the Kojima stuff and all this other stuff, and it really just kind of seemed like there were people wondering, will Konami just get out of games? Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like they have a million other businesses in Japan that are, successful for them, and they don't necessarily need to keep making games that are super expensive and they flop and people hate them, and it just like, people are like, will they bother? But for whatever reason, they don't seem interested in that. I think they want to make video games because when they make video games and they hit, they're huge successes. Do you know what I mean? So I think this might be their attempt to kind of do a big declarative "we are back" thing. Do you know what I mean? There's been talk of, first of all, there's been talk of quite a while that they're doing some blockchain shit, which everyone rolls their eyes at, obviously, but there's also been talk that, unrelated to all their blockchain stuff, it's like, hey, they are working on some games, and in particular Silent Hill. Silent Hill is the franchise that, for all the whispers relating to Konami for the last few years, that's been the thing where they're like, they are working on Silent Hill stuff. I don't think there's been a rumor or a peep or a mention of Metal Gear since Survive came out and flopped, basically. Maybe I've missed it, but other than the fucking movie getting, Oscar Isaac associated with it, there has not been a peep said about a Metal Gear video game since Survive came and was a huge flop. Silent Hill seems like the thing that's constantly on the cusp of a comeback. and they don't. This isn't just hey, we need to come back with Silent Hill because Konami's in a bad way. They need to come back with Silent Hill because Silent Hill itself was not doing very well. Do you know what I mean? In terms of the critical reception of the last few games. So what this is going to actually be is super interesting because, yeah, I'm sure the success of the Resident Evil 2 and then 3 and then 4 remakes has to have something to do with this. I'm sure Konami look at this, or they look at those Resident Evil remakes and they go, well, our games are from the same era. They're two sides of the same coin. They're very different, but they're thought of as the genre classics. We can do that. We're Konami. Sure, we can do that. Do you know what I mean? You know, but they've got so much potentially. They got so many options on their plate. Yeah, will they stick with the vibe of PT or tune into the original games? That's it. They have these options to hand. Do you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things that make up Silent Hill. Silent Hill is so far removed from just being one thing now. So they could try and do a faux PT style thing. I highly doubt they have Kojima, and therefore I highly doubt they have Del Toro. So I think if the goal of this is not just to release a game people like, but also to like win people back and get the gamers back on side, I don't think you can do a PT thing without the two people that were making that project interesting. There was the rumor, and I have to imagine this will be confirmed on the I have to imagine this will be confirmed. There's a rumor that there is a new Silent Hill thing, a game of some description, being worked on by Bloober Team, who are the Layers of Fear and the Medium, those people. And then there was also, when they announced this presentation, they put up the YouTube link, and spoilers in advance, they put in the description on YouTube that there is going to be some variety of Silent Hill 2 thing. Okay, so whether that's complete remake from scratch in the style of Resident Evil 2, or a backwards compatibility thing, or a something else entirely, who knows? Donnie, thank you so much for stopping by. You're just in time for the spookiness. Here's my thing. I tweeted this out earlier today. I'm going to switch over to the stream because I think we're about to start here. My thing I said earlier today, what I think could be a great PR move for Konami, and also a pretty big win for Sony, if they put out original Silent Hill 2 on the PlayStation Plus subscription service via PS2 emulation. That would be pretty cool, because obviously there has been a pretty negatively regarded Silent Hill remaster in the past. So if they announce a Silent Hill remaster or remake tonight, okay, cool, exciting, maybe it'll be the greatest thing we've ever seen in our life. Maybe it will, right? But people who had a negative experience with the last one, they're going to temper their expectations, you know what I mean? But if they come out and they say, hey, if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you get to play the original PlayStation 2 version of Silent Hill 2 as part of that subscription. We're not messing with it. We're not tweaking it. We're just putting it up on the service. Now, as Mitch was letting me know earlier today on Twitter, apparently the PS2 emulation is pretty not great on PS5. You know, so that may be a factor, but I still think people would take a not great, not super well optimized version of that game over a very questionable remaster. Do you know what I mean? So this is the other thing, you know, like survival horror battle royale. You joke, but there's always it's Konami, so there's always a chance it's gonna be some dumb bullshit, which is kind of what's fun about this. Do you know what I mean? I think they're gonna announce multiple projects. My official guess is new Silent Hill game from Bloober Team, and I think they'll do the PS2 version of Silent Hill on PlayStation Plus. I think they'll do that. Okay. But there's always a chance that there'll be a third and final or bonus thing, which is a battle royale or a phone game or a new NFT collection. There's always a chance, because it's Konami, and they've been like over the hill for so long, and they've been so out of whack with what people actually want that it's like anything's possible. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what they offer up. We're about 3 minutes out here. Pyramid Head skin for Fall Guys. That'd actually kind of be class. I think I'd like that. They've put like they've put Pyramid Head in everything. He's in what's that horror multiplayer game that everyone loves? Dead by Daylight. He's in that, so you know. So yeah, I think there's great potential for this to be excellent or crap. It really is. It really could be either way, and it could also be both. They could announce something cool, and they could announce something rubbish. You know what I mean? As we're saying, Konami. You know what I mean? I have not played Silent Hill 1 or 2, but I vaguely recognize this song as a Silent Hill 2 thing. Am I right? Silent Hill 1 theme. Thank you, Mitch. Mitch, you can be our official Silent Hill dignitary in the chat, letting me know what lore is happening at what time. You know what I mean? Hope everyone's having a good night this evening. Thank you to all the Europeans staying up late with me. Hello to all the Americans, where it's like the afternoon. Part of the luxury of moving house and this room being my broadcast room means I can stay up late. I used to have to hijack the living room whenever I wanted to stream, and as you can imagine, that was not always the most convenient thing. I also hope whatever they announce on this, I do hope it's not just one thing. I feel like, although I suppose it could be. I mean, there's no rules when it comes to doing these presentations. You know what I mean? I just feel like, kind of like I said last week with the Super Mario thing, where Nintendo did a direct with 60 seconds of footage. I think if you're doing a big YouTube reveal live stream, I think you need more than one thing. If they come on here and they reveal a logo and it's just Silent Hill from Bloober Team coming out 2023, and then that's it, that's not going to be worth it. They gotta have more. They didn't mention a length. I would imagine, since it's specifically about one franchise, I have to imagine it's only going to be 10 or 15 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like those Sonic the Hedgehog ones were about that length. I don't think they're going to squeeze a half hour out of this. All right, we're 10 seconds out. We'll get our Royal Rumble buzzer. And let's see what they got to offer up. Jumping straight into a trailer. I love it. No presentation, no hosts. Just do it. Pyramid Head played by Chris Pratt. Listen. That would make box office. This is Silent Hill 2. Yeah. Okay, we're doing remake. We're doing Resident Evil 2 style.
Here, waiting for me. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago.
Oh, we're doing big remake. Big remake. Oh, buddy.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill.
Oh, they're doing the... Okay. I thought they were doing an original Silent Hill game. That's going to be controversial. Some people do not like Bloober Team.
I know what you are.
Their games have gotten good reviews and bad reviews. Some people have also accused them of some pretty hefty plagiarism accusations, if I recall correctly. You can YouTube that stuff yourself. Obviously, I won't go into it right now.
But it's all over now.
Yeah, this is going to be very. This is a game people are extremely precious about, and justifiably so. It's considered one of the best games ever. Again, I have not played it.
Mary?
But you take one of the best games ever, one of the most sort of important and significant story games ever, and you give it a new voice cast and you hand it to a developer that is not super popular. Wishlist now on PlayStation 5. I don't know if that's PS5 exclusive or just that they've got the co-marketing deal. Is that the entire thing? PlayStation console exclusive. Wow. Okay. They said it. There was little asterisks there that I think it'll be on other platforms after a year.
Keeps you informed about Silent Hill. My name is Selena, and I'll be your facilitator. Thank you very much for having me. And?
サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサーを務める岡本元井です。今日はよろしくお願いします。まずはじめにサイレントヒル2の映像をご覧いただきました。そしてですね、より詳しくお伝えするために一緒にゲームを作っている人をお呼びしています。では早速ご紹介いたします。コンセプトアーティストの伊藤正弘さんです。
He's an OG, right? Ito? He's from the original. He's from the original crew.
改めまして岡本さん、伊藤さん、サイレントヒルが帰ってくるんですね。
はい、そうなんです。ファンの皆さん、本当に大変お待たせしました。
They have not been patient. They have not been patient at all.
サイレントヒル2をリメイクいたします。伊藤さんにお声掛けして。
Oh yeah, Mitch is verified. This is the original crew. Okay.
いや、本当長かったですよね。
3 years in development, okay. Or 3 years in like planning.
をまたこう再始動できるっていうそのタイミングを皆さんにお伝えできるっていうことに僕はすごく興奮しております。
伊藤さんの場合、ツイッターにもすごくファンの方がコメントされているので、もう隠してるのが大変だったんじゃないですか。
いや、そうなんですよ。
Twitter was going crazy like it is every single fucking day about every
ファン
topic.
からいろいろ質問されて、それをのらりくらりと交わすのが大変でして。
いや、僕らもちょっと脇で見ていて、ちょっとドキドキしちゃう。
Video game Twitter's favorite thing, other than being racist, is asking, when is this old franchise coming back? Make another one of these.
山岡さんとも一緒に作っているんですけれども、ちょっと本日はですね、残念ながらこの場に来られなかったので、ビデオメッセージをお預かりしております。
Make a new
どうぞ
psyops.
ご覧ください。
山岡です。もう21年ですか、20年以上経った作品
Okay,
で
they've gotten
リメイクという
everyone.
形でまた新しい作品としてですね、蘇るということで、まあ個
Again,
人的に
people
も
do not like Bloober
僕的に
Team,
もすごく
and that's
嬉しい
fine. I don't really care for their games
当
either.
時はそのいろいろこ
But
うチャレンジしようというか、
If they rounded up the OGs and said, let's bring Silent Hill back, I think you got to give them a little bit of
新
a...
しいものというか、今まで
You gotta give them a little bit of a let's wait and
テーマ
see.
としても作ろうみたいなところもあって、当時ディレクターがドストエフスキーの罪と罰を
Oh, he gave you that much homework.
何を作るんだろうなと。で、音楽ももちろんですけど、模索というかすごいいろいろチャレンジしてた思いではあります。このタイトルであれば新しい音楽っていうものを作り上げられるかなっていうのはすごい感じてました。まあ、未だに20年経ってもですね、サイレントヒルっていうタイトルがみんなの心の中に残ってるっていうのは僕はすごくやってよかったというか、本当にこの上ない嬉しさというか気持ちでもあります。で、リメイクに関してもまたさらに新しい音楽性であったり、
in the remake.
新しいチャレンジもそうかもしれないですし、
Konami, you have to be so careful. People are going to get so annoyed if it's not exactly what they want.
サウンドデザインだったり音楽だったり、もちろんサイレントヒルを知らない、サイレントヒル2を知らないユーザーさんにとっても、その時サイレントヒル2が初めて出た時のインパクトというか衝撃というか作れたらいいなと思っています。皆さんもぜひ楽しみにしていてください。
People are going to be so particular, and justifiably so. You know, I'm not wronging people, but man,
若いスタッフみんな山岡さんのことを尊敬しているので、みんな
people are going to be, alarm bells are going to be going off at the prospect of them saying, and we're, you know, new music for the, you know, a new musical style for the remake. Alarm bells are going off right now.
ポーランドのホラーゲームのスペシャリストブルーバーチームで制作しています。 彼らからコメントと制作
Yeah, you look at that resume. It's not great, is it? Blair Witch, The Medium, Layers of Fear,
Silent
which
Hill
was just
2
kind
is
of
a
a
cult classic, and it's
jump
widely
scare game.
recognized as one of the best games ever made.
For many Bluebird team members, Silent Hill is the title which made them fall in love in horror games. This is why we approach our work with a great respect to original game.
To ensure that we are keeping this unique Silent Hill atmosphere intact, we are working closely with original creators such as Masahiro Ito and Akira Yamaoka.
Do they play well? I mean, they're...
We want Silent Hill 2 to make the same strong impression today.
It's a weird fit, you know what I mean?
While we want to achieve the same end result,
like they make kind of first-person puzzly jump scare game, you know what I mean? Like Observer was okay.
Similar effect. For example,
Layers
that's why
of Fear
we went
was
with the over-the-shoulder camera, so we can immerse players into the game world as much as possible.
And then I didn't play The Medium, but everyone I know who loves horror games, who gave that game a go, was like,
where new or modernized mechanics and features actually support the original spirit of Silent Hill.
And like I said, there's been some controversy where people have
is
accused them of various things, stealing art, stealing ideas. You know what I mean? I didn't do a deep dive on that stuff, but I have vaguely aware of it.
To put it simply, our goal is to recreate everything what made the game a timeless classic, but give it a new form which will draw players even deeper into the foggy streets of Silent Hill.
The tough thing about this is not only are you trying to live up to the name Silent Hill 2, you're also having to live up to the idea of the Resident Evil 2 remake, because that was so fucking cool, and they nailed that so well. So the table has been set, you know what I mean? The standards are pretty high. There's definitely a possibility that the shortcomings of Bloober may be accommodated by Silent Hill, you know, elder statesmen coming in and helping. I can see that.
で岡本さんがねこう酔っ払って
bit of banter. It's alright. Doesn't all have to be scary.
ホラーゲームの未来、そしてサイレントヒルの未来について熱く語り、そしてゲームを一緒に作るということですね。はい。ところでですね、先ほどの映像にもロゴが出ておりましたけれども、サイレントヒル2はプレイステーション5で発売予定です。そこでプレイステーション5の発売元のソニーインタラクティブエンターテインメントさんからもコメントをいただいております。ビデオメッセージをどうぞご覧ください。
Sony saying we're
Hello everyone.
thrilled
My
to
name is
have this
Christian
game.
Svensson, and I'm the Vice President of Global Third-Party Relations at Sony Interactive Entertainment. I'm extremely excited to hear about the announcement of Silent Hill 2. Congratulations, this is definitely a celebratory moment, and we're looking forward to bringing Silent Hill 2 exclusively to PlayStation 5. Being huge fans of the franchise, our team at SIE feels fortunate and excited to support the revival of Silent Hill. Okamoto-san, we eagerly await hearing more about what's in store for this beloved franchise. Thank you again for your partnership.
The setting of this is really funny. It's like they're hanging out in Silent Hill. Brother, run. There's some demons from your past coming to get you. I guess this is just it, by the way. I guess it's just going to be the one game. Fair enough. Like, whatever. It's a big one. It's a big one.
ファンの皆様にはですね、本日からプレイステーション5のスターページもオープンしていますので、そちらの方もチェックしてみてください。
If the store page is up, then surely we're thinking first quarter of next year, you'd imagine. March, April, maybe.
それではこの回はこの辺りで、岡本さん、伊藤さん、ありがとうございました。私たちのいる世界も変わってきましたよ。はい。このイベントはサイレントヒル2だけでは終わらないんです。今後は世界中の才能あふれるクリエイターたちと
expand the world of Silent Hill. Okay, here we go. There's more?
そしてその新しいビジョンの一つをお披露目することができるんです。ビデオの方をご覧ください。
Oh, okay, I thought there was one. Fair enough. I thought there was just one. Let's go, boys.
Why are you here? No, in this place. Why are you here? Here to be punished.
Oh shit.
That's good.
Okay.
I like it. You know what? I think you're right. I think we've done something so awful. We are stuck here in this place, being judged by these people. But for you, I think it's more than that.
No Code. I don't recognize that
I think
name.
you're here for some other reason. And I don't want to be anywhere near you when you figure that out.
Silent Hill Townfall? Okay. Weird.
Hi, my name is John McKellen. I'm the creative director at No Code, and we are working on Silent
English
Hill
studio.
Townfall.
Okay.
I remember playing the original Silent Hill on PS1 back in 1999 and became a fan from that moment on. So for us to work on this game with our friends at Annapurna feels like an actual dream come true. It's a real honor for us to bring a new title to this series that both respects the source material, but also does something a little bit different with it. To
I like
say
this
that Silent Hill
presentation on the
has been an
CRT.
inspiration
That's
to
a
No
nice
Code would be a
touch.
massive understatement. Our previous two games, Stories Untold and Observation, both played with that same
I've heard of
deep
Observation,
psychological
actually. Yeah, I've
horror.
heard that's
And in No
pretty good.
Code, we're all about weaving that narrative and that experience into every aspect of our game design, our audio, our visuals, even our UI. So obviously the teaser trailer is just the beginning, and we can't show you any more just yet. We're going to be hard at work
Fair
for
enough.
a while, but we can't wait to come back in the new year and show you more. Until then, it might be worth watching that trailer again and see what you might have missed.
Annapurna Interactive have a pretty good track record. Again, they are just the publishers, but I think they've tied their name to some good
期
games.
待もやっぱ高いんですけれども、これはどのようなきっかけで始ま
They
った
also
んで
tied
す
their
か
name to 12
はい
minutes, which
実
absolutely
はちょっとし
fucking
たカリフォルニアでのランチ
stank.
体験から始まった
But
んで
this
すよ
might be alright.
アンナプルナインタラクティブとノーコードの大ファンだったのでこの絶好の
When the
機会を
Annapurna
必ず
logo
成功
popped
させ
up,
た
I
いと
thought
思
it
って
was a
ます
television show. I thought they were doing a Silent Hill TV show, which would kind of be
これ以上
cool.
ない
I'd be
パー
interested
ト
in
ナーだと思って
that.
ます
そうなんですか。この他にも新たなパートナーはいらっしゃるんでしょう
Oh,
か
more, but we're getting loads. Holy shit.
まだ
Alright.
今日は言えないんですけれども同様に素晴らしい才能を持ったチームと今後のパートナーシップを拡大していく予定です
それは素晴らしいですね。タウンフォールが楽しみです。
Townfall is a really odd name.
ではタウンホールの話はひとまずここまでにして次の話題に移っていきたいと思います
Next topic. Okay, wow. They have to mention NFTs. There's gotta be like, I feel like we can't get away without that happening.
実はサイレントヒルはゲーム以外の展開もあるんです
Oh,
ここではその情報をお伝えしていきます
なるほど、また新しい楽しみが増えますね。ではここでアシスタントプロデューサー内
it could
藤
also
理
be a
さんをお迎
TV
え
show or a
して
movie.
そ
Like,
の
I
新
think
たな展開について伺っていきましょう。内藤さん、お願いいたします。
サイレントヒルの IP 展開、クロスメディア展開を担当しています内藤です。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。内藤さん、今回はどんな
whole class looking
展開なんで
apart.
しょうか。
今回はですね
Say it.
サイレントヒルゲームの
Oh,
復活
see,
のきっかけとなった
okay.
映画化の話です。数年前に映画のもともと作ってた映画のプロデューサーの方から最新作作りたいという提案をいただきました。監督は第一作の方を演出されたクリストフ・ガンズ氏が手掛けると。でさらにいいプロット、いい企画をいただいて、これはいい映画になるぞというところで進めてきま
They're
した。
getting the same guy
ただ
back
で
to
すね
do it?
映画だけでいいのかというところもあって、これはゲームを復活させたいということもあって、隣にいるプロデューサーの岡本と一緒に、ゲームと一緒に復活する道のりを歩んできたという感じになります。
なるほど、素晴らしいですね。
ではここでそのプロデューサー監督2名から熱いメッセージいただいているのでご覧ください。
I never saw those original movies. I heard the first one was okay, but not great. And I heard the second one was terrible. That's not the name. Tell me that's not the name.
My return to a world, a universe that I have touched in 2006, 15 years ago. The film was a great success, and we decided to go back to the best of his stories. I mean, Silent Hill 2. The film is the story of a young guy coming back to Silent Hill, where he has known a great love.
Oh, they're doing Silent Hill 2 as a film?
A pure nightmare.
I have the chance of being
Dude,
very
that's
close
fucking
with
ambitious.
Christoph,
Holy
and we
shit.
together has achieved to convince Konami that there is a new version of Silent Hill that needs to be done, and they are 100% on board.
In the first Silent Hill, we were exploring a world, the world of this small town, completely closed into the mist. It was like being trapped into a Twilight Zone. But in the second game, you know, the creator of the game have changed the rules, you know. We were basically going back to Silent Hill, the same town, but we were looking this strange world entirely through the point of view of the hero we were playing.
I think it's insanely ambitious, possibly to a fault, to try and do Silent Hill 2 as a film.
Into this strange place.
Artwork from the upcoming movie. Okay, so they've literally just storyboarded this and they don't have anything else.
The myth of Orpheus, and whatever a man can go deep in hell to bring back the soul or the person he loved the most in his life.
So it's much more about psychological horror. Even if we are going to find again all the same creature and the same strange terror sequence and things like that, but the first big interrogation and the first big terror is about ourselves. Are we mad? Are we sane? Are we sane to go back to Silent Hill to find this great love?
This one now has so many years from the first one that there is a clear idea from Christoph to make it modern, but also very true to the video game. And that's also what it is.
It's so odd they went back to the same guy. It's kind of admirable. I kind of think it's cool. Like, even though the first film wasn't well regarded, I don't think.
Adaptation. Christoph, it's really somebody.
It's kind of cool that they were like, do you want to go again?
That has been done.
But this time make it about Silent Hill 2?
Has his own vision. It nurtures the creative vision of the authors from the game, but with a different vision from a filmmaker. And both they have created, I
hope they do the dog ending.
That has struck the minds of the fans.
James! Stop! Leave her alone!
The game of Silent Hill franchise were great artistic achievement, and I have a responsibility to transpose that on a big screen, you know.
Christoph is a real gamer. He has been...
he got in touch with them, yeah.
That's
it's just like...
the first film was so well received by the fans of
15 years?
They felt that
I just got around to playing Silent Hill 2 on the PS2. It absolutely
was so
slapped.
Important for me to respect the original creation, you know. That was the base, the start of everything.
My understanding as well is that the previous films are not at all anything from the game.
Of humility, a maximum of respect, but in the same time I have quite a charge, quite a goal, which is how to transpose the language of the game, which is entirely about immersion, into a tale, into a story that we can tell in 90 or...
You know,
the monsters are also one of the key elements that the fans are waiting for. And we are updating those in a way that the creation
I kind of want to watch the first one now. I never saw it, but I kind of want to watch the first one.
For me, one of my major goals in this film is how to redesign the classic monster of Silent Hill.
Oh, they already used Pyramid Head. I forgot about that.
About Pyramid, you know, the big guy with the helmet, you know. He's again in this one. Some of the creatures of the film of back in 2006 were very, very appreciated by the fan. But in the same time, for me, it was important to come back with surprise.
It's a new universe. It's a new challenge, and those are very important to bring these icons differently to the audience because they want them to have that wow effect.
That's why, you know, I found a very interesting collaboration with the people of Konami. They helped me a lot to achieve this new design of the monster.
This is so fucking weird. It's like
for the franchise of Silent Hill.
Again, I don't know why I know so much about this movie I didn't see, but they co-opted a lot of the Silent Hill 2 imagery in the first Silent Hill film. And I think that was a source of criticism because it was basically kind of like...
At his home,
this imagery is to do with the character from Silent Hill 2. It doesn't have anything to do with this film. But when they were making the film, there was like scary nurses. You have to have scary nurses in it because it's Silent Hill. It's so fucking weird to say, okay, now we're going to use those same images, but properly because it's about yeah, it's really weird. It's really fucking weird.
Immersive, interactive, and we have now new
yeah, spending a lot of time on this.
We still have what makes the best is the story, and this story is at the core of it. So we hope that Return to Silent Hill will be a great return.
That's a terrible name. I really wish they would just call it something else.
To keep the link with the audience, you know, we have to be perfectly aware that everything has changed in 15 years. Everything has been washed away, you know. We have to bring back something, you know, very surprising.
Yeah, like they showed like the creepy, sexy nurse monsters from the first film. And I think Silent Hill fans know that the point of the monsters in Silent Hill is to reflect things from the character who's in Silent Hill. But the first Silent Hill movie just said, we want Pyramid Head because he's the famous thing. Do you know what I mean? So now to say, okay, now we're going back to Silent Hill 2, but we're doing it properly. We're going to actually do it about Silent Hill. I don't know. It's also very funny to talk about a film that you just storyboarded.
ありがとうございます。映画も楽しみです。この配信をご覧の皆さんもぜひ楽しみにお待ちくださいね。それではこの回もそろそろ内藤さん、岡本さんありがとうございました。
This has been pretty good so far, to be fair, in terms of like it's been all right. Merch, here we go. Crypto boys, come on.
From here, I would like to share with you some of Silent Hill related items that will help you enjoy the game.
Oh, I bet they will.
Here's the first one we would like to introduce. From get-go, you all very know, 1/6 scale statue of Red Pyramid Thing is coming. Thoroughly supervised by the art director and the monster designer of Silent Hill 2, Masahiro Ito, all details are brushed up.
So what's that?
You can even
42,000 yen, so that's
because of the video game spec
400 quid basically.
The base capturing the scaffold can be connected, and you can recreate the scene of the final fight against 2 Red Pyramid Things. Up next, James Sunderland.
Is Red Pyramid Thing its canonical name? I did not know that.
Sculpture perfectly captures.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering the same thing. Was Pyramid Head ever said as his name?
Not only the handgun, but also the wooden plank, the steel pipe, and the great knife pairing up with Red Pyramid Thing can be held in his right hand. At his feet, health drinks are tossed away. Maria from Silent Hill 2 is also coming as a 1/6 scale statue.
I am not familiar with Gecko. Their stuff looks good, but I'm not familiar with their stuff.
With the high quality and beautiful details. The right hand is interchangeable with a hand holding the gun, which appears
I've never been a
in the
statue guy. I've bought a lot of shit in my time, collectible shit.
Last but not least, the secret ending of Silent Hill 2, Inu End, is also recreated as a 1/6 scale coin bank statue. The diorama statue will remind you of the last scene where James collapsed to his knees.
Oh, excellent.
And say, so
excellent.
All your work.
Look at his little face.
We'll introduce some products from the official Konami shop.
Oh, hell yes.
Silent Hill board.
Shredding.
We made
absolutely
a collection
shredding
that
with that.
encapsulates all that horror and eeriness, featuring legendary characters from the first 4 installments of the franchise. These hand-numbered limited decks are now
absolutely tearing up, getting arrested with my Silent Hill board.
All these products are now available.
Oh my god,
Please
the dog plush. Oh, the Welcome to Silent Hill sign is actually kind of class.
Silent Hill goods. From Crazy Rock, 1/6 scale, fully articulated collectible figures of Red Pyramid Thing and Bubblehead Nurse are coming. They are high quality and fully articulated. From Good Smile Company, Pop-Up Parade.
Yeah, I've never been a super detailed, super expensive statue guy. There is a couple of super expensive Last of Us statues that I've thought about, but I'm just like, man, even by my standards, this stuff is so expensive. Do you know what I mean?
Collectibles, Red Pyramid Thing and Maria Elevator Chase diorama is coming. This statue diorama captures a moment in time.
Silent Hill charcuterie boards.
Silent
Hill deodorant. Smell like Red Pyramid Thing.
In time with her outreached hand. This diorama will be coming soon to the Bedrock.
I don't judge
Collectibles
people
website.
who spend hundreds
Konami
on
is proud to
statues, by the way.
present
Some of them are
all these
cool. If
items
I was
on
rich, I
Silent
would
Hill
have every
e-commerce
stupid video
page.
game statue
Don't
for this
miss it
office.
and secure your order.
Man, they aren't. So they're not. I'm shocked that there was no NFTs. I'm
Now
shocked.
the scene has changed, and we have our next guest. Our next guest is Jacob Navok. Jacob, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jacob Navok, and I'm the CEO at Genvid.
Jacob, what will you be presenting this time?
I'm going to show you a new kind of Silent Hill. An experience that you haven't seen up until now.
A whole new experience.
What could it
What's all
be?
about? Please take a look at this video for hint.
What could it be? Let's fucking go, boys! Oh, God. This is way longer than I was expecting. I can't believe we're a half an hour in. Oh, gee, this is gonna be a mobile game. This is gonna be a mobile game. Surely. No, it's a Dead by Daylight. It's a Dead by Daylight or some shit. It's a fucking... It's a 4v1 asymmetrical multiplayer thing. Another terrible name. Ascension. Anytime it's franchise Ascension, it's never great. Okay, that's gonna be a Evolve or Friday the 13th style. One person plays the monster and one person plays the fucking... How the fuck did they get Ascension.com? How is that not taken? Holy shit, how is that not taken?
Well, this is going to be another world of Silent Hill. Jacob, could you please introduce your project?
For over 20 years, Silent Hill
Yeah,
has
no, this is
haunted my
definitely going to be a
memory.
4v1
Lately,
or
I
3
enjoy
or
watching
6v1
play
or whatever.
Silent Hill with their fans. We love the feeling of being scared together, of experiencing fear with friends. It's why watching horror films in the theater is so fun. Silent Hill Ascension takes that feeling of communal fear to a massive scale. It's a live, real-time interactive series where millions of fans will watch together as the
What?
chilling story unfolds.
I guess I'm wrong, hang on.
You can change its outcomes and even be a part of scenes. There is no reset button. Decisions that you make mean life or death in the story. It's your chance to shape Silent Hill canon forever. Silent Hill Ascension is brought to you by Genvid, Bad Robot, Behavior, and DJ2, and goes live in 2023. Sign up at Ascension.com.
I can't believe they got Ascension.com. I'm sorry,
I'm so
I don't know why I'm
excited
obsessed with
about
that.
this new
That's gotta be...
world of
How has no
Here
one
are some
bought
messages we
Ascension.com?
received from two important partners in the project. Before we look at the messages, could you please introduce them?
Today we're going to hear from Bad Robot as well as Behavior.
I see. Okay, first things first. I would like to read a message from director J.J. Abrams.
Genvid's Experience presents a wild, epic, and innovative new way to immerse yourself in the horrors of Silent Hill.
Oh god, that's good.
Next,
JJ,
please watch the message
brother.
from the art director of Bad Robot and the creative team of Behavior.
JJ wasn't even filming a cameo like Chris Pratt.
Chris
He was like,
Amell
I'll
from
send
Bad
you a
Robot
text,
Games and
boys.
art
I'll send you a
director for Silent Hill
text.
Ascension. Our approach to Silent Hill Ascension is to ensure we maintain the tone and the feeling that the fans have come to love from the franchise, by
was
also adding
great.
our own twist of an oppressed, tormented, and morose
Okay, so
dimension
so
of
this
reality.
seems like
Silent Hill
the
creatures are often manifested projections
Black
from the
Mirror
darkest depths of the main
Netflix thing where
characters'
you could pick, but I guess
In Silent Hill Ascension,
that Black
we
Mirror
build off of
thing,
this.
but live,
Our creatures are inspired
right? And the
by
chat
personal
votes
traumas
on
and internal
decisions,
demons
kind of
of our
like Twitch
characters'
plays
past
Pokemon
lives.
or something, right?
We want
Does
the
that make
art style
sense?
to
Does
be
that
a
sound like
fresh
what this
take on
is?
the brand, while still being equally respectful to where we've been before.
In 2021, we released The Executioner and the survivor Cheryl Mason in Dead by Daylight. Today, Behavior once again will dive into the world of Silent Hill, but with a completely new experience. Here's Chris, VP Creative of our service division, to tell you all about it.
Everyone at Behavior is excited to announce our collaboration with Genvid on Silent Hill Ascension, in a new form of entertainment that blends community, live storytelling, and interactivity. Silent Hill Ascension takes you and the entire community on a unique interactive storytelling experience where the decisions you make affect the characters and the world.
So do you buy
Those
this?
decisions become canon, and there's no reset button. This is a whole new chapter for Silent Hill, with new characters and frightful monsters.
Does this run on
where
a
the stakes
Twitch
couldn't be
channel,
lower.
or what the?
We're thrilled to be working with the talented teams at Genvid, Bad Robot, and DJ2 to bring Silent Hill Ascension to life. Look for it to go live in 2023 and sign up at Ascension.com for updates.
I can see the new charm of Silent Hill. The fun only gets better. Jacob, what do you think of the 2 message videos?
I'm thrilled to work
This
with these
seems like an
incredible
interesting
teams.
concept,
Together,
but
we're
do
gonna
you buy
revolutionize
this
what horror
product
means
and
in
play it on your Twitch
That's
channel?
fantastic. We
Is
are
this on
excited to.
one? Is this
I
on
hope everyone
Konami's Twitch?
watching
I don't
this
understand how this
distribution is
works.
Eagerly awaiting this new Silent Hill. I'm sure you will not be disappointed.
I'm
Thank you,
interested
Jacob,
in that.
for
It seems
sharing
like a
your
cool idea, but
fascinating title with us today. Thank you for your
I
time,
don't
Jacob.
understand. Do you buy this? Is this a thing you buy? Or is this a thing they're just going to do for free on their Twitch channel or their Ascension.com? Or, I don't understand.
また場所が変わりましたね。岡本さん、これはどういうことでしょうか?
Yeah, they had 3 producers not explain what that
実は
was.
最後にもう一本
One last announcement. All right, here we go.
サイレントヒルの発
NFTs.
表があります。我々が自信を持って送り出す
Another brand new
新し
game.
いサイレントヒルです。
Thank you very much. Finally, we will leave you with that completely new video. Thank you for watching Silent Hill Transmission.
This has been pretty good. I've enjoyed this. To be fair to them, let's be fair. Silent Hill game not set in America? They're all set in America, aren't they? Is this an origin story of... Is this... Gross. They all got that Last of Us virus growing out of them. Literally, she literally has it. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Silent Hill. F. F's in the chat. F's in the chat for Silent Hill, everyone. Wait, was that just a video? Was that just a video? That's not a game, is it? That's a... What is that? I can't tell if that's a game or just a trailer. The program has ended. Okay, they said it's a game, didn't they? Yeah, it's a game. But those credits were like for the trailer, or were they? I don't know. That was a weird thing to end on, because when you do, and one last thing, I was thinking a big stinger. Like, I knew it would never happen, but when you say, and here's one last thing, I was thinking, oh, this is Kojima. They got Kojima back and he's doing PT. Obviously that was never happening, but that was weird. Anyway, it seemed cool. I mean, you know, that seemed right. That whole presentation was way better than I was expecting. The merch looked cool. The movie is really weird to me. They made these movies that I think some people do like, but generally is not super well regarded. And then they made the second one, which was shit. And they've decided to take another punt at making a movie. That I am not shocked at all. Video game movies are back. Or not even back. They're probably having their first real kind of boom period, like post-Sonic. Now everyone's like, let's make a video game movie. Fair enough. Silent Hill is an IP that translates well to film. I think it's really like weirdly kind of charming that they're like going back, that the guy who directed the first one was like, yo, would you be down to make another one? And they said yes. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know if I have tons of, maybe this one will be better. I don't know. Maybe I was getting worked by their little sales pitch there, but maybe it's just going to be kind of like, okay, the first Silent Hill film was a big time fucking, studio involvement, throw in Pyramid Head because he's the famous character, bullshit movie, right? Maybe this guy reached out, and at the same time Konami were like, we also want to bring Silent Hill back. And so maybe everyone's head is in the right place where they're going to be like, we're going to make a good movie. But like I said, it's so ambitious, possibly to a fault, to try and do Silent Hill 2. Which segues into the remake, which is the potential negatives coming out of this, which is both the movie and the game. You are taking perhaps the most preciously guarded thing in video games and adapting it in a new way. That is feast or famine. You either nail that and it's the greatest thing you've ever done and everyone loves it and Konami's back and the movie's the most successful thing ever, or you fuck it up and it's like, that's it. This is Konami's like Hail Mary. If they nail all these projects, it's like, holy shit, Konami is back. You know what I mean? If they make after the 360 remasters of Silent Hill were so negatively regarded, if they remake that game from scratch and it's shite again, who knows who knows what's going on. But Snowboy, there's no money to be had. Joe Public will not buy, if you put Silent Hill 2 on the PlayStation Store, the PS2 version for 20 quid. Joe Public will not buy that. I hate to say it, but Joe Public will not buy that. That's, I think, the sad reality of it. A couple of freaks will. If you put it on the subscription service, I think putting it on the subscription service was my idea. I think that would do better, but even still, that's just, yeah. I was going to stick on, I would really like I have to finish Dynamite, and then I want to watch Half in the Bag. I want to hear them talk about how bad Halloween Ends was. But, yeah, I mean, new voice actor, or I shouldn't say new voice actor, but I would assume a new voice actor for the main guy in Silent Hill 2. Mentioned Bloober Team already, obviously. Look, I'm sure I've been streaming, I haven't been looking at my phone. There's probably already a think piece out about Bloober Team being the guys making this game. I think that's probably already happening. The original stuff seemed cool. I wish I knew what Ascension was. I outlined what I thought they were driving at, but even still, I like I said, like, do I go on the PlayStation Store and buy Ascension? Do I boot up my phone app and do it? Is it one live stream that Konami runs? Is it a thing where I buy it and I stream it and you guys and me make decisions? Or is it one thing where they stream it and the entire world... Do you know what I mean? It's like I said, I think it seems like it's going to be one of those, like the Black Mirror Choose Your Own Adventure thing, but live versus VOD. It's so funny that they spent 5 minutes on that and had 3 producers talk about it, and I have no fucking clue what it actually is. And the I think the thing they spent the longest on 2. I think the next thing they spent the most time on was the film. I think they're really trying to sell you on the idea that this is a film passion project. Like we really want to do it properly. We know we didn't do it properly. Well, they didn't say that. They kept acting like everyone loved the first film, which is not true. Some people do like it. But they kept acting like it was beloved. Yeah. Here's the description for Silent Hill F. A completely new story set in 1960s Japan featuring a beautiful yet horrifying world, written by Ryoshi 07, famed for Japanese visual novels dealing with murder mysteries, psychological and supernatural horror. Okay, when they put that name up on the screen, I assumed this was a person of some repute who is not someone who makes content in the circles I would be aware of. I assumed that was a big name because they put the trailer and that name was the first one they put up. Do you know what I mean? The writer for F is pretty good, says Fur. Got a bit of a pedigree. Okay. The Ascension people did a Walking Dead thing. Okay, so is this something where like that tech has been used elsewhere? Streaming weekly on Mondays, The Walking Dead Last Mile interactive live streams hosted by Yvette Nicole Brown reveal new story details and discuss the impact of fan choices. Okay, so this is existing tech. I did not know this was an existing thing. Okay, so this is literally like the Futurama vote on an ending thing in the cinema, which is fair. I'm not turning my nose up. I think that's actually fun. I think it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird with it's a Facebook game. I don't know why I'm shocked at that. I mean, the funny thing is my immediate reaction was Twitch, but if you want the widest reach possible and not just, hardcore gamers, Facebook more so than Twitch, I think, is sad. Even still, with as much as Facebook has fallen off, even still, if you're making a thing and you want it to reach actual people, it's still Facebook, sadly. Yeah, so I was not aware that tech already existed. I've not heard of that Walking Dead thing. It's a bit weird for this. I could probably talk about this forever. It's the type of thing I've been meaning to write about or something. I think people come to Silent Hill for stories that are written, and I know there's multiple endings in Silent Hill, obviously, so it's not like there's one canonical ending, but I don't know if choose your own adventure style stuff is something I would necessarily want from this, but again, I am not a Silent Hill hardcore, so maybe they think this sounds great. I don't know. That was much better than I was expecting. I think to do a big presentation about one franchise, not even just one publisher, one franchise, and have it go 40 something minutes and have it be mostly decent with interesting enough ideas and some cool merch and some decent interviews. The atmosphere was good for that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, interesting. We'll see where all that stuff goes. I'm interested to see what the reaction is to the Bloober Team thing, and I guess time will tell on literally all of those projects. The remake, the new game, the movie. We're gonna have to wait and see. What any of this meaningfully is not going to be evident for quite a while. I would say they didn't give release dates for literally anything they showed. So I think it's going to be wait and see. I'm running quite late here, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much, everyone who stayed late with me. Those of you who found this VOD on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Alien Isolation is also up on the YouTube channel. Those of you who are watching live, the VODs will be up tomorrow. Because I'm finishing late, I will be uploading the VODs in the morning. So again, if you are watching the VODs, sorry they were late. I'm telling you now. But yeah, and I'll be back tomorrow with more Alien Isolation. So have a good night, folks. I will talk to you all